Hi guys, I thought I would come on and I would just do a morning wake up. I don't know what was going on, but I literally did not get to sleep until after 3 o'clock in the morning and was up. Actually, I can't blame the neighbor dogs today. I was actually awake before the dogs started barking, but I might have been able to fall back asleep if the dogs didn't start barking, and that was around 8 o'clock, quarter of 8-ish. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, and it's obvious, okay, on my face. I feel good though, I feel fine. Ever since I went carnivore, I can actually get away with very little sleep. I don't do it because it's absolutely not good for your body, but carnivore has changed my life in ways I can't even begin to describe. And I was eating what anyone would consider a healthy diet my whole adult life. I've tried a few different variations. I did the vegan, I did the Sally Fallon, Weston Price ancestral diet prior to me going carnivore. So yeah, I was not eating shit and junk food and tons of processed food. That wasn't what I was doing. That was not happening. So that's a good thing about being carnivore. Like, I'll feel great all day. Like, I will legit feel good all day. It's just getting that little sleep I know is not great for my body. I like to get at least 8 hours or 7. Like, I like to get at least 7 or 8 hours. And sometimes I get more than that. Like, it really just depends. But so my son was out last night, and he's not around. He's actually on the road for work. He's far away. And I'm one of those mamas who worries about my kids incessantly. And my daughter had gone out with her friend, and they had gone out pretty far too. Not nearly where my son is, but they were like an hour away from home. And driving back late on a Saturday night, and I am such a worrywart. And so my son was home. He had gone to a movie with a friend, and he was back at his hotel by, like, I don't know, I want to say like 10:30, 11, maybe 11:30, somewhere in that window. But my daughter didn't get home until like 1, or even a little after 1, because they went to a big fair that they have in our area. Well, it's not really in our area, it's an hour away, but it's like a big thing. And they're open late, so they stayed late. And I do have my location thing on for my kids, so I can like see where they are and not worry. And they had stopped to get some food on the way home. So she was finally in by 1 or something, so I knew my kids were safe. And yeah, my daughter is, oh my gosh, she's gonna be 28. We have birthdays in the same month. She's gonna be 28. I still worry about my kids. I am that worry mom. It's the real downside to being a parent, at least when you're really into your kids. I'll never stop worrying about them, ever. My mom never did either. My parents lived an hour away. Well, my mom's still around. And every time I left there, even when I was a grown woman with children, call me when you get home. I've never had a cell phone. Call me when you get home. And even if I did have a cell phone, she wanted to know when I got home. So needless to say, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, and I'm just doing a wake up. Like, I'm just trying to wake my skin up and wake my eyes up. Now, this is my C-Max cloth that I'm using today. It's just 100% cotton. It's got a beautiful loopy texture. Look at that. Like, I love this cloth. They're not dirt cheap, but they're not expensive either. Like, again, it really depends what you consider to be expensive, but I don't think these are expensive. Now, could you use just a cheapo washcloth from Walmart? Of course you can. You can buy the big package. Try to get the white cloths though. I don't like the dark dyes because they do bleed into your skin and they're not healthy. So I do like white, even though white is dyed and bleached. The colors are just not as, supposedly, they're not as toxic. Maybe they are, but from from my knowledge, it's the darker colors that seem to be the worst. So I try to stay away from those, or bright colors, like the bright color, reds and, stuff like that. But I decided to use this cloth today instead of my 100% cotton crocheted one, because I've been using that one every day, probably like all summer, or most of the summer anyway. And I just thought I would use this one today. This one is also excellent at mildly exfoliating. Again, mildly, as long as you're going gentle. Do not ever scrub your skin, ever. It's terrible for your skin. This just gives it like a little gentle massage, and it helps to loosen up that, just the very, very loose outer layer of the horny layer. I don't want to damage my horny layer, and I don't want to remove it. Okay, I just want to reduce the loose stuff so that my skin stays smooth, and that my face balms and my rose water and stuff can actually really work. But I don't want to damage that horny layer, because it serves essential and vital functions, okay, for the health of your skin and your body. So I talked about this in my video the other day, where that horny layer is literally your first line of defense. Why would you want to remove it? Like, why? It's just dumb. For beauty, for youth, like, to look young. You're not going to be young. To look young, although with all the CRISPR technology coming out, they're probably going to be able to slow the aging process down or what have you. But don't be fooled by any of this stuff, because you have to realize that the transhuman agenda, the robot agenda, the artificial intelligence agenda, they don't need humans. They don't want humans. Okay? Do you really think that if these people in control of this cared about humanity, that we would be facing what we're facing right now, and that we would have had to endure things that we've endured up until this point? Do you really think that these people give a shit about humanity? They don't. Not one bit. Not one bit. Okay? Don't be fooled by any of their promises. Why do you think they want to hook you up to a machine and put computers in you and track you and control your DNA? And yeah, they don't give a shit about humanity. You think that they're gonna... Do you think that they're gonna optimize the human? Optimize their potential? No. They want us to become completely placid, and they want us to be completely controllable and manageable. And the depopulation agenda is no secret. Okay, they've been talking about that for years, publicly, out loud. And it's amazing that people don't understand that. Oh yeah, depopulation doesn't mean they want all humans gone. Okay. Okay. So, lay this stuff on. Put this on good. And look already how my face has woken up. Like, this is so good. Little bit of massage, moving the fluids, especially around my eyes. And I tend to sleep on my front a lot. So I've talked about this in my other videos, where I have COPD, although I wouldn't even know it. It's like completely managed with natural things, not, I don't use big pharma stuff. Stuff was killing me. It was literally making me worse and worse and worse. It was actually a fucking nightmare. Anyway, here nor there. I figured it out, and I'm doing great. Anyway, I tend to sleep on my face a lot because I suffered for years, and you end up sleeping in a front position. It's the only position you can freaking sleep in. Otherwise you can't breathe. You feel like you have a goddamn elephant on your chest. So when I sleep on my face, and it's just, I got so comfortable in that position after the longest time doing it, like years and years, that I just I like to be in that position. I don't sleep all night long. Some nights I'm on my side or my back. I flip-flop. I'm definitely a flip-flopper. Yeah, I go round and round all night long, but I do sleep on my face enough that I wake up and my eyes are puffy. But look at the difference. I mean, look at the difference already. My skin's rejuvenated, and I could spend more time doing some facial massage. I like to really see the pink redness perking up in my skin, and that means the blood circulation is going really, really good. And it's good to spend some extra time too on the neck and the chest, not just sliding, but really working it to be a slight red, right? Knowing that you're really getting the blood to the surface. My skin, of course, is sensitive, so that gets, that gets red a lot faster. I've had a lot of damage to my skin over the years. So that's why I'm trying to take care of it as good as I can. And just putting a little zinc balm on. I think I'm gonna put a little mineral powder on today too. I'm not really sure, but it's pretty sunny out right now. I'm gonna go for a couple of walks and maybe even spend some time outside today. So I'll put a little bit of this on. I can't imagine putting 4 fingertips of this on. Like, there's no way that's happening. So a little bit, and then my mineral powder on top of it works amazing for me, and I never get burned on my face ever. And depending on the UV, depending on, what's going on, where I'm gonna be, how much I'm gonna be outside, will determine which formula I use, because some formulas that I have contain a lot of sunscreen ingredients and some not as much. So it really just depends. I've been getting away with the ones that are 15 lately because, it's the end of summer, although technically it's the end of summer, but it's fall for most people. But I'm not living outside either. Like, I, had a lot of stuff to do around the house, so I've been in the house quite a bit, but I do get outside quite a bit too. So this works great as a primer. And again, this is my Badger baby formula with Roman chamomile and calendula. It's like one of my favorite products on the planet. I absolutely love it for beauty, for night cream, just overall skincare, and of course it's a sunscreen. So it's, it's all good. And what I love about it is you don't need to wash it off. So if I don't wear mineral powder and I don't do my face tonight, it's all good. I go to bed with this on because I'd put it on anyway. Most of it's probably, not sticking around by the time I go to bed. But what I'm saying is, unlike very sketchy chemical sunscreens, you don't need to wash these off, which is so beautiful because it is skincare. Okay, there's nothing in it that needs to be washed off. And the funny thing about chemical sunscreens too, and they're like, you gotta wash it off. I'm like, the chemicals are getting into your bloodstream. Good luck washing that off. This is nice. And I'm not saying that there aren't some, chemicals in like the sunflower oil and even the zinc ions. The zinc ions do get into your body a bit. But zinc is a nutrient, right? Not a poison or potential poison, possible poison. So there we go. Unfortunately, I can't do my neck and my chest because it will sting and burn and give me a blistery rash. But this does blend in really good. It doesn't leave a white cast on my skin. And the new formula specifically says it's non-whitening, and that one does blend in quicker. But this one does still blend in. This is just the older. It's like the one with the actual Badger on it. The new one I think has sea turtles or something. Oh, that's something that does irritate me. It irritates me when natural sunscreens market themselves as being reef safe, because the truth is there isn't enough long-term studies to know that they are. Because even though it's a natural product, do you really think pouring a ton of zinc oxide into the ocean, or any ingredient in a large amount into the ocean, is going to be good for it? It's not. Okay, zinc oxide is probably not great to be dumping into the ocean, or titanium dioxide, or anything, even oils. I mean, think about it. Oil and water don't mix, right? So do you really think that it's safe to be putting a bunch of oils into the ocean? No. So don't fall for that shit, okay? It annoys me that companies do it. It's like, I really just feel like companies should just stand on their product, just stand on the product itself, and not pull in all of this shit that is just, you can't even prove that. You can't even, like, you really can't even make a case for it. Is it better than, you know, the chemicals? I mean, as far as the sea life is concerned, who knows, right? Like, because none of it would be good, okay? If it's going into the ocean in large amounts, none of that would be good. Now, granted, the ocean is self-cleaning, right? But, you know, how much can it do? Because we know that our oceans are really toxic now. It's really having a hard time keeping up with you know, what's going on a global level. It's horrible, absolutely horrible. And I'm tired of them blaming the plebs, because it's mostly corporations that are polluting. The medical industry is one of the most polluting, you know, industries on the planet. There's a lot of, you know, things, but, you know, they like to just blame it on the plebs, right? You know, it's all our fault. Everything's our fault. Sure it is. Sure it is. If I remember correctly, prior to industrialization, yeah, the plebs weren't dumping billions and billions of pounds of toxic sludge into the oceans and thinking, you know, we need to blast trash into the fucking atmosphere. And really, that's corporations, businesses. Yeah. We live in a crazy world, okay? But at least my face looks a little more awake, okay? So that was a relatively, I mean, it wasn't quick, because normally I can do it in like 5 minutes, but that was like a relatively quick wake up. Little massage, get my skin going, my eyes don't look so puffy. So I'm actually good to go for the day. So I had a bunch of laundry and stuff to do today. It's beautiful out. I'm gonna go take a walk. And I guess I will be signing out for now.